What's up everyone, it's TyranitarTube, and there's been so many things we've always been speculating about Pokemon, like Cubone evolving into seemingly Kangaskhan. Where is the link between that? There's a lot of unanswered questions, obviously, in the actual lore of Pokemon, and then Pokemon chooses what is scrapped and what stays. Pokemon chooses if they want to hide Kangaskhan and Cubone's relation, if they want to scrap further evolutions. So I thought it might be a fun idea to actually find out the truth of some of those scrapped Pokemon. The things we're gonna cover in this video are real, unreleased Pokemon. I thought I'd try to compile it into a fun set of videos, and maybe we'll do a couple of these and just go over all of the almost truths about Pokemon. I'll give you one right here. This is apparently Goro Chu, just the back sprite, which is the further evolution from Raichu. By the way, shank that like button. A long time ago, someone in Pokemon said that Raichu was supposed to evolve into a certain name called Goro Chu, and he had one horn, they said. He's got two horns here, and he was thought to be some kind of thunder god Pokemon, like these things, these characters with the circle around them, which I suppose would be a sort of fitting final evolution for Ash's Pikachu. So you can imagine the story they originally had planned for Ash, that he has this Pikachu and that it's actually supposed to evolve by the time he fights the champion at the end. It evolves into Raichu and then evolves into Goro Chu, which would be this legendary looking electric type, something like what we see on screen here. But of course the times change, and now Pikachu went from being essentially the baby version into having Pichu as the baby version and Raichu claiming the final spot of the throne. So that is a taste of what we can try to figure out. So anyhow, let's get into it. So these leaks come in from the Helix Chamber. In February of 2019, they apparently got their hands on some beta for Generation 1. The stuff in these betas line up with like concept art we've seen in the past. So first off, we've got Omega, some sort of mechanical Pokemon that seems, I guess, based off Godzilla. Honestly, I have nothing to speculate about this other than that they might have just enjoyed that time period of when Godzilla was hyping. Yeah, the Godzilla movie came out in 1998. I think it's obvious they would have been taking some inspiration from that. Next up, we have Gowen. Now, we could probably find some... Here we go. Here's good fan renditions of Gowen. This is the T-Tar Pokemon. Let me introduce you to something called the pitch documents for the original Pokemon games. So this is when the creators drew up sprites and stuff and pitched this concept. Let me make this as organized as I can. So here is the region and drew up. And then here are some Pokemon that they drew as well. We've got Rhydon, Kangaskhan, Slowbro, Lickitung. We also have this dude. That's Gowen. Here we go. He was a scrapped Pokemon, but he was shown officially in the pitch. Without this beta leak, he was shown in the ideas pitch. Here is his actual back sprite from the games. So the greatest theory for this is that this Pokemon was scrapped and then refined, and Tyranitar was born. I was almost GowenTube. I would have far less subscribers with that name. Here we've got Barunda, an air balloon Pokemon, which is kinda creepy. This is when you get so subtle that it turns creepy. This is a balloon Pokemon. Of course, Jigglypuff later goes on to become the balloon Pokemon. I think the idea is that the Pokemon team themselves had like internal voting sessions. So they voted on the balloon Pokemon or this Jigglypuff design, and Jigglypuff won. So maybe that's the case about Gowen. People voted, take him away. We'll add him in a future game. Next up, we've got Boo. Now, see, here's that voting thing I was talking about. It seems his name was written in a ballot where the staff could vote on whether the Pokemon stays or not. That's his name, Boo, written. So when you look at it, of course, it looks like Jinx. That looks like Jinx. So it's either a Jinx evolution or it's a Jinx male. And I buy the Jinx male idea. I know Tauros existed. I don't know if he was forced male in the first games, but Jinx being forced female, with Pokemon like that, I just feel like they had the idea that there's of course a male version of it as well. It's like Nidoking and Nidoqueen. They didn't mean to make it only one of the two genders. The other one just got cut off. And a cool idea for this is the fact that Ice Punch exists in the Gen 1 games. Fire Punch for Magmar, Thunder Punch for Electabuzz. Why does Jinx get Ice Punch? Maybe this abominable snowman, this terrifying snow demon, was supposed to be the Ice Puncher. Like a snow yeti. I think this needs to be readdressed in Gen 9 or Sinnoh remakes, and they should bring back a physical male Jinx. I think that's a cool choice to pick from, a special Jinx or physical male Jinx. All the Gen 1ers out there complaining about future designs, one of the designs they would have been protecting is this Yeti Snow. Then we've got Deer. There's not much to say about him, though he does look kind of massive in that photo. He looks like a dragon. And there's his back sprite, where it's just his head. I suppose the speculation is that the team voted and he got scrapped and later turned into Stantler. You know, there's something about these Gen 1 designs. They're all just monsters. The 3 stars are dinosaurs. You've got a snow yeti, a giant megalord Godzilla. Even the deer looks like a predator. And then we've got, can you see in the picture, an elephant. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they thought of an elephant, of course, in the beginning. You would imagine that's one of the first animals that come to mind when you're making Pokemon. They don't know the name of it, but it just seems to be a Dumbo little elephant with 4 tusks. I just thought it'd be fun to look up fan art for you guys. So this is the elephant. I didn't realize he stood up on 2. He's a boxing elephant. Do you think he got scrapped into Phanpy and Donphan? I don't think so. I think he was just deleted. Pokemon's playing God too much. Ah, and here is the deer. You know, since Dumbo's such a popular story, they should make a flying elephant. Imagine after Gliscor, we finally get another ground flying type, and it's an elephant with big ears. Pokemon should go back to that weirdness. It should be a legendary flying over the region, and you just find it in a cave. Imagine looking up at the sky. Is that a whole? Wait, yo, I think that's an elephant. Hey, that's a whole elephant. All right, here's the deer. Oh, geez, he is definitely a carnivore. Why he looked like he devoured a Kangaskhan and he has become one. Yeah, they're kind of mad with these designs. I forgot. There's also Boo. This is quite fitting for a male Jinx. All right, let's move on. Next up, we've got Crocky. Who the hell? That's its sprite. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at. He looks like a lizard. And then here, of course, is the back sprite. So this is the front sprite from those early pitch days that were shown on the internet. So it looks like he has hair coming off the sides. But in this recent beta, we have the back sprite, and it shows that it spikes instead. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. Oh, geez, okay, that is terrifying. So there is your Crocky. Just look at it from far away, and then there is a good rendition of it. Some designs, should I say it? He kind of looks like he asked to be not in the game. He looks like he's standing up for himself. He wants to delete me. All right, next up, we've got Unnamed Pokemon. First, we got this on the left, which might look like Slowbro's tail thing, the shoulder, but it seems to be some kind of squid. Ideas include it being Ammonite, the actual fossil that gets resurrected. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Ooh, very cool. That is a good rendition of what it might have looked like. I do want to point out something cool. Apparently, Kabutops and Kabuto were originally known as Atlantis. First of all, Pokemon just coming up with simple names that just fit them so well. This is called Lantis. And so of course these names are scrapped and they get new names, Kabuto and Kabutops. But what that would mean is that in the missing lore of the Pokemon world, maybe these fossils, maybe Kabuto and Kabutops from a long time ago belonged to Atlantis. Maybe their origin is the lost city of Atlantis. Well, now coming back to the squids, there's actually a second squid showing, which I feel like is the original Ammonite and Omastar. This squid looks like it's come out of its coiled up center. And there we go. That is what it looks like. There are no names for these Pokemon, which is so unfortunate because if it was another thing related to Atlantis, it would have been so cool. Lost City. Oh, let's keep going. All right, then we've got Cactus. It's just a bunch of little cactus balls stacked up. This is what it originally looked like in that pitch. It seems like he's got feet. It's a walking cactus. And then this is the back sprite. Seems to have a tail as well. There's not much to see here, so let's see a fan rendition of it. Oh, baby. Now, ain't that cool? This is like a Pokemon that blends in the desert, pretending to be a cactus. And then it just lizards up to you all insanely creepily. He's like Geodude's arch nemesis. In fact, these look like bones. It's like he's just taken dead Pokemon bones from the desert and come to life. It's not a bad idea. I'd like to imagine that it's meant to evolve into something, but sadly there isn't. This is just a standalone Pokemon, it seems. These are even a desert in the Gen 1 games. It's just a creepy cactus. All right, then we've got Jag. So this is a Pokemon from the pitch as well. It's a shark with a giant spear nose. And I have to say, the back sprite looks pretty sick. That's intimidating to send out. Now let's see this. Oh, nice. So he looks a lot less intimidating now that I've seen him drawn by fan. Hey, yo, those teeth though. Nah, he's playing. He's trying to get you close. The unfortunate life where he just stabs a fish with his nose and he can't eat because it's stuck on his spear. He just walks around with bait. Alright, then we've got a little bat that they call a Zubat pre-evolution. And it's just a little ultrasonic bat. Zubat already has no eyes. Golbat finally gets eyes. It seems like they wanted to make Golbat the alpha of the evolution line and make the annoying Zubat an evolved Pokemon from this tweep, this tiny looking Lunala. I'd say for certain, for once, I'm happy Crobat was born above Golbat than giving Zubat this pre-evolution. Crobat is one of the coolest Pokemon. Ah, well, there it is. There is the food chain for the folks at home. It begins I can't take Golbat seriously as the king. It truly feels like Magmar now. Baby Zubat with not even just a one fang into Zubat. It's pretty good pre-evolution for Zubat. Into Golbat. Oh. According to the Lava Man, it says that in a 2018 interview, because Gen 1 took up so much space, they deleted some of the 3-stage evolution lines into 2. So, that might be what happened to Golbat over here, and he's been saved by the gods by that, because Crobat came to be born later on. Alright, now for my favorite one. I'm trying to make this organized. This is unbelievable to me. A Marowak evolution is found in the Gen 1 betas. This is breaking news to me. Breaking news. In Alola, the little Cubone, I think calls for help, and I think there's a 1% chance a Kangaskhan answers this little baby's cries. We've been doing everything we can to connect Cubone to Kangaskhan. Some people think it's a Kangaskhan. Some people make new theories that maybe it's an alternate Charmander. Well, the facts are in. Here is the 3rd stage to Cubone. The further evolution after Marowak. And this is what it looks like. It was indeed meant the whole time. It was meant in those red and blue games for you to have a Kangaskhan with a baby in its pouch, and also another Pokemon that is just that baby that grows up without the mother, grows up wearing its mother's skull, evolves fusing with its mother's skull into Marowak, and then it seems its final evolution is it finding a baby Cubone and raising it, and it has this sort of parental bond evolution. So it's the Kangaskhan all over again, because deep down, Marowak is a Kangaskhan. That is such a top tier fun idea to me. I don't know if Kangaskhan was maybe meant to mirror this, so there's supposed to be a little baby Kangaskhan, and then a slightly older looking Kangaskhan, and then the motherly Kangaskhan with the baby Kangaskhan in the pouch, and then meanwhile you have Cubone, Marowak, and then Super Marowak with the Cubone in its pouch. But that is just, it's insane to me. The age-old debate has been solved. Cubone is a baby Kangaskhan. Let's look at some fan renditions. Oh baby! Hey! This is too sick. Oh, this is just too sick. Now, for the 3rd stage, we only get to see its back sprite, so we can only speculate what it would look like from the front. This is the closest thing people come up with. No, it's so obvious now that this fool is a Kangaskhan. The spikes on its back, and it carries the bone that it got from its mother. Yo, it's your grandma's bone. This is the vengeful fallen Kangaskhan line, and Kangaskhan is the happy ending line. Game Freak, you continue to avoid the confrontation. You went and made a Alolan Marowak. I want you to bring this fool back to life. Look how depressed this Cubone on the left looks. Let him reach his final form. The amount of badassery in this giant evolution holding a big club and protecting a Cubone. The lore is mad. It doesn't even have a baby Kangaskhan. It literally finds someone like itself, and they combine to have a new evolution. So it's like Marowak is the final evolution, but if through some secret unlock you can pair it up with the Cubone, you get this super evolution. Make it happen, Game Freak. You know, Game Freak, if one day you make it happen, come back to this video, remind me, I will donate $1,000 to you. Well, I can't donate it to Game Freak. I'll donate it to whatever's relevant the day you reveal something like this officially in the game. I don't have. We out of time. Alright, I'm gonna call it quits here, guys. Shank that like button, and if you enjoyed this, I'll do this again. We'll look through more of these Pokemon. 6K shanks, 6K likes, and I'll do this again. See you on the next video. Take care.
Bitch, I'm the man. Give me my spot on that throne. They didn't want me to grow. They didn't know. I will make all of them grow. I did it all on my own. Man, what was you? When bitch, I'm a pro.